Hey you guys, it's Allison here. Today I'm going to be discussing the Big 5 controversy. If you don't know what the Big 5 means, it's basically the Big 5 LPS, or the most commonly used pets in videos and the most popular as well. These include shorthair cats, collies, cocker spaniels, dachshunds, and Great Danes. So lately there's been kind of a controversy surrounding these pets. Many people argue that there are underrated LPS that deserve more attention than these ones do. There are people who are tired of them being portrayed as super rare and exclusive when in fact they're very common and sold in stores worldwide. It has even gone as far as people insulting each other for not having certain LPS or for having certain LPS that they don't like. People legit name calling and bullying each other just because their LPS aren't rare. Lots of LPS comments everywhere just out of the blue random of people saying, hey, I have LPS savvy and you don't, hehehe. Am I the only one who sees those on completely random occasions on random videos not even related to it? Seriously, I can't be the only one. Anyways, I also have my own opinion about the whole Big 5 controversy that I'd like to share with you guys today. I hope you guys can agree with me, and if you don't, tell me why. So first, I'm going to state my overall personal opinion on the Big 5 LPS. I will be mainly looking at the pets from a critical viewpoint, but also kind of throwing in my own little personal opinion into the mix. I will be looking at the quantity or the amount that certain LPS molds sold or created. I will be looking at what's easy to fit on them, what clothes are easy to put on them, and also are they fun to play with overall. So here we go. First off, we have the short hair cat, which is probably the most popular out of the 5. So there are a lot of short hair cats out there. There are many to choose from, including this one and many others. I can't think of anybody who actually dislikes the short hair cats. Everyone pretty much loves them and has them. Now, in my personal opinion, in terms of playing with them, they're just kind of average like any other pet. I don't enjoy playing with them as much as I enjoy playing with other pets. In terms of quantity, like how many there are definitely a lot of short hair cats. They might have the biggest quantity of LPS molds. And in terms of clothing, well, these are probably the best mold out of any LPS mold. Yeah, pretty much everything fits on short hairs. Next up, we have the collie. So this is actually a fake one, but I do plan on getting the real one very soon. Anyways, so the collies, as you can see, are very furry. In terms of playing, I think they're pretty fun to play with. They've got a lot of fur, a lot of texture, lots of details, very nice, and a very good structure, I guess, very simple 4 legs. In terms of quantity, there aren't like the most collies in the world or anything. I think it's pretty average like most other pets and the amount of collies that there are. Although it is home to probably the ugliest Big 5 pet out there. This is just my opinion. If you like it, that's perfectly fine, but I just think it's the ugliest Big 5 pet ever. Comment down below, what's the ugliest Big 5 pet in your opinion? Don't be shy, we're not going to judge you. Side note, it's okay to think certain LPS are ugly, whether they're popular, rare, or not. So anyways, now it's time for the clothing test. Now, in terms of clothing, she does seem to hold up pretty well, but it is really difficult to put an actual like LPS collar on there, so I had to put like this 2nd place badge. Because of all the fur and like creases on the body, skirts and other clothing can also be pretty difficult. Also for like bows and other stuff on the head, you actually had to stretch the rubber band pretty far to fit around the ears. Overall, it's kind of a C on clothing because it can be kind of difficult to fit some clothes on this one actually. The next one that we have is the Cocker Spaniel. The Cocker Spaniel mold actually has a paw up, so these do fall over kind of often. So that is definitely a huge minus right there. Also, it has a lot of like creases and fur and fluffiness, which is adorable, and it makes the mold look absolutely beautiful. But again, like it's rather not as simple as the other ones because as you can see, again, there's like a paw up, not all paws are on the ground. And again, if you can put a bow on a Cocker Spaniel, then that's a pretty good rubber band you got there. That's a pretty secure bow because do you see how giant these ears are? People argue that Big 5 pets are like easy to put clothes on, but I beg to differ. So now it's time for the clothes test with the Cocker Spaniel. So, yeah. I had a lot of difficulties with this. First of all, the big ears make the head like really big, so it was really difficult to like put the skirt on with like the tiny body compared to the head, and it's kind of trying to shove the necklace off as well. Just with the giant ears in the way, it's like really hard to put clothes on the body. Like look at that skirt, it's really sticking out there. Again, with the bows on the ears, it's like really difficult to put on unless you have a really stretchy one. Now, in my personal opinion, these are really fun to play with and I really like how elegant and fluffy they look, if you will. But looking from a criticism standpoint, probably the worst out of the 5. The next one we have is the dachshund. I always liked the pets with like wide faces. I just think they look so cute and adorable. There are a lot of really pretty dachshunds out there, and this is definitely one of them. This is definitely probably one of my favorite dachshunds out there, and she used to be my dream pet as well. The dachshunds are really cute. You can tell they're dachshunds, obviously, and they stand up very well, and clothes also fit on them very, very well. So yeah, as you can see, the dachshunds are very good in terms of clothing. Yes, I had to use a blue skirt that really clashes with the rest of the outfit because I do not have a lot of skirts at all. But the dachshunds have just a very cute look to them and a very cute mold, and they might be my favorite out of the big five, but I'm not exactly sure. Either them or the cocker spaniels. I know I just complained about them, but that was just from a critical standpoint pretty much. In terms of how fun it is to play with them, or how fun the feeling of them is, I guess, or how beautiful they look, or how cute they look, probably dachshunds and cocker spaniels are my favorite. And at last we have my favorite out of them all, the Great Dane. The reason this one is my personal favorite is just because it's so fun to play with. It's like a heavy pet, and I've come to notice I really like the heavy ones, so this one's super fun to play with, and I just really like it. I don't know, man. The Great Danes have like a great body structure, very simple to play with. They do have not very many Great Danes out there, and some of them are kind of plain and just kind of meh in my opinion. Like this one is also just kind of an average looking pet in my opinion. So in terms of quantity and like number of pets and the design of them, probably the lowest out of all of them. But they're still like super fun to play with, and I don't know, man, that's probably just my opinion on these guys. Now in terms of the clothing test, I think clothes do pretty good on these guys. Now, I will make a small complaint about the collars on these. They do have much bigger necks than the other big five pets, so it's a bit more difficult and it reduces their bobble by a lot, unlike the others. But yes, glasses fit on him, glasses. Out of all of the big five pets, Great Danes and Shorthairs are probably the best in terms of like clothing, especially with the glasses that can only really fit on them. Yes, dachshunds are cool too, but because of their ears, it can make bows, headwear, and glasses kind of difficult. So yeah, the Great Danes look very nice. They have pointed up ears, which makes it easier to fit the bows on and other headwear. So yeah, this is very good in terms of pretty much everything except for the quantity. So that was pretty much me critiquing the big five pets. Now I'm going to discuss how rare people think these are and how rare they actually are. So first we have the Shorthair, which is interpreted to be extremely ultra rare, but really it just came in a common singles pack. There's really nothing too special about it. Next up is this Collie, and I'm not exactly sure how rare this one is, but it does come in this little package, so it is as rare as the other ones in there. Next up we have the Cocker Spaniel, which is interpreted to also be extremely rare. However, it is in actuality just a Toys R Us exclusive, so it is only semi-rare. Next up we have this Dachshund, which is just a very common pet. There's nothing too special about it. It comes in a 2-pack with that short-haired cat. So yeah, nothing too special. Finally we have the Great Dane, which is actually only semi-rare, and it is a variant of this pet. It is sold for about $30 or so, maybe even higher on eBay. It is very overpriced, and it comes in this pack, so this is as valuable as the rest of those, and it is only semi-rare. So in actuality, none of these are too rare. This is the most valuable pet in there, and this one is technically a fake, so this one specifically is actually really common, but the authentic version comes in this like advent calendar thing that was only around in December, Christmas, so yeah, it is valuable, but not super rare like a country exclusive, so it's not really $80 or something. I also figured it was worth sharing that this super ultra rare Jupiter Saturn exclusive, or whatever people think it is at this point, is as common as these two horses. These two horses who are known to be common, pretty much everyone has them. These all come in the same package. Look it up if you don't believe me. So yeah, there are plenty of big five pets that are incredibly common. They are slightly more rare just because a lot of people want them, but really they shouldn't jump to $80 because of that. Honestly, if it weren't for the high demand, this one would probably be worth like $5. I mean, if people can sell this rare peacock for only $5, I should be able to buy the other pets for $5 too. Heck, even this uncommon postcard hippo is slightly more valuable than this one. Yeah, outrageous. You know this cat people be selling for like $15, $20, $30? Yeah, it's probably worth about $10 maybe, and it comes in the same pack as this. They're semi-rare because they're Kmart exclusives. Honestly, you guys should look up some big five pets and see what packages they originally come in. Because trust me, your mind will be blown to find out how common they really are. I laughed out loud when I found out LPS 339 came in the same pack as those horses. I didn't know it was that common. And the fact that people are treating it as if it's exclusive and super rare just because it was used in a popular series is kind of ironic. Well, guess I can sell these for $40 now. By the way, that was a joke. I'm not selling any of my LPS and you can't have any of them. Now I'm going to be critiquing some pets that I believe to be very, very, very underrated. Firstly, I'm going to go over the molds and I'm quickly going to go over some designs that I think are just really underrated in general. So let's get started. First up, we have the horse, quite possibly the most underrated LPS mold out there. In my personal opinion, the horses are very fun to play with. They have a nice structure, they look beautiful, elegant, and I think they honestly just look really cute. Now I can see how this hoof could maybe cause some trouble, but same with the Cocker Spaniel, honestly, just to be fair. In terms of quantity, there are so many horses. Like, I haven't counted, but there may be more horses than short-haired cats, so that's pretty impressive. And now for the clothing test, and it works like a total charm. The glasses fit on these as well, and the clothes look so nice on the horse mold. These just look amazing, honestly. A+++ for this one. This should be added to the big 5 pets, honestly, in my opinion. It is just perfect. The next one I have is a hippo. Now, I know a lot of people don't really use hippos in videos, and that's understandable. However, I just think they're really fun to play with. I talked before about how I like the heavy molds, including the Great Danes, and this is one of those. I just really like playing with the hippos, and I just think they look really cute and innocent and adorable with these little, like, kind of eyebrows up here. I don't know how to explain that, but it's a big chunk of eye. But yeah, these ones are really fun to play with, very cute. They have a nice simple structure. Now in terms of quantity, that's where this one really falls flat because there are hardly any hippos out there, which is really disappointing. Not to mention a lot of them, like this one, are super plain besides 2 of them. So yeah, the quantity is definitely not the best. And as for the clothing test, yeah. So, surprisingly, this one gets an F for clothing, which, again, I'm very shocked by, actually, because, like, I thought with the structure that it's in and everything like that it would be easy to fit clothes on it. But as it turns out, the hippos are just a little bit too fat for skirts, and as I was trying to put the skirt on, the necklace also fell off. It's just really fat all around, so it's too difficult to put clothes on them. The ears are very stretched apart, so you will need a stretchy rubber band for your bow if you want to put a bow on your hippo or something. So yeah, these are definitely not the best with clothing, but other than that, I think the hippo is really nice. The next underrated mold is a very underrated mold, and it's the pig. I can't exactly remember the quantity or how many pigs there are. It might be average, it might be a lot, I'm not exactly sure. But I do know that the pigs are very fun to play with. I do enjoy playing with them. They are cute, they have a simple structure, they are sitting, but so are bonbon cats, okay? These ones are also just very cute. They have an adorable little innocent looking face with little squished eyes. And now for the pig clothing test. Oh my god, look at this little cutie. So yeah, it can fit necklaces and collars and also headwear as well. You do have to stretch pretty far because of how like far down the ears are. That is, if you want to like stretch the headwear out, I just kind of put it on there on one ear. But yeah, you can't really fit skirts on this one too easily because of its pose, and the necklace will definitely be in the way if you do have necklace or collar on it. But yeah, other than that, I think the pigs are totally underrated. They have good clothing, they have good size for the clothing, and they also have a lot of pigs, and they're really pretty, got great designs, and they're just really fun to play with. Next up, we've got the peacock. I think the peacocks have very big eyes, and I think that's super sweet and adorable. I think they're just really cute, and surprisingly, mine at least, does not really have problems standing up. So yeah, I was actually expecting it to have some problems with falling, but nope. So I think the peacocks are absolutely adorable. I think they have a simple structure, although I can see why clothing would definitely be difficult. I don't think there are a lot of peacocks out there, but I think that there are some with really, really, really pretty designs, including this one. The colors are just absolutely gorgeous, and this is also a rare peacock. And now for the dreaded clothing test. I don't have a feeling this will go well. So, yeah, it didn't go well. These glasses are actually, I feel like they might snap or something, or like snap off, so I'm kind of worried I'm going to take those off. But yeah, I could only really get glasses and a little collar. I cannot for the life of me figure out how to get a skirt on this thing, nor any headwear or bows, so that is very unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think the peacocks are too underrated, but I do think they are fun to play with, and I do think they're really pretty. Oh yes, the mother of all wholly underrated molds. The Saint Bernard is probably my favorite LPS mold of all time. Maybe the horses, I'm not exactly sure, it's one of the two. For some reason, the Saint Bernards are just so fun to play with. They have a simple structure, they're on all 4 paws, and honestly, I just really love them. These are also some of the fat heavy LPS, and as I said multiple times, I love those ones. And these also have the protruding eyebrows. I'm not exactly sure what to call those. So these ones are just super fun to play with. Sadly, there aren't a lot of Saint Bernards, but they do have some really pretty ones. One of them is also my dream Saint Bernard, this one right here. It is so gorgeous. Sadly, it did not pass the clothing test. So yeah, at least I can fit some nice like necklaces on here, but I don't think you can really fit any of the LPS collars, sadly. I also didn't really have anything to like lock a bow on in here. I almost got it on, kind of like the dachshund, but unlike the dachshund, this doesn't really have anything to lock onto. I also couldn't manage to fit any glasses on because of the ears, and now the necklace is starting to fall off. Also, the skirt won't fit either because there's such a small amount of space between the head and the big bushy tail. So yeah, that's definitely a fail for clothing test. Which is really sad because I adore the St. Bernards. They are so fun to play with. I love them so much. People should really try them out more. That's my only recommendation. But yeah, other than that, quantity, there aren't too many St. Bernards, and the clothing test was a total fail. Really sad. Next one I have will also probably fail at the clothing test, and it's a cockatoo. Or a parrot, it really doesn't matter. This one is so cute, actually. Can we just admire this design real quick? Okay, anyways, back on topic. So this mold is really fun to play with in my opinion, and it's just so darling and adorable. They also got like kind of the squished eyes like the pigs do. This one is so darling, so adorable, so cute and innocent looking. I just love little cockatoos. They got such cute features. It is standing on 2 legs, but it is just so cute. It has a very simple structure. It's so adorable. I just now realized I've never really looked up the amount of cockatoos, so I have no idea how many there are. I think maybe an average amount, or not that many, sadly, but they are definitely super adorable. And as per usual, let's go with the clothing test. So, wow. I'm quite impressed with this, actually. This looks like probably one of the cutest LPS outfits I've ever seen in my entire life. This looks so innocent, so cute, so adorable. What's really disappointing is that this can just slip right off, which is really unfortunate. I mean, I'm not about to stretch a rubber band all the way to the back of its head. The skirt can also... Never mind, the skirt's secured pretty well. I guess the wings and like the very deep crease in the toes, I suppose, really helps to secure it in there, which is really good because this looks so cute. What you could probably do for headwear, since they don't have any ears, is like glue tack. Is that what it's called? Like glue tack some kind of bow or something on here, because as you can see, it looks so cute. I couldn't fit any like smaller collars on here, so I had to use one that was bigger, stretchier, and more flexible. And as you can see, it keeps trying to move away because it's very flexible and it's very loose. So overall, not the best LPS ever for clothes, but looks so cute in them. The next one we have is a pelican. This is my first pelican ever, and I got it very recently, but it's so fun to play with, honestly. The pelicans look cute, but also derpy in a way with just the giant beak. I just think they're really cute. They're kind of in like an energetic pose for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, clothing test probably won't go too well for this guy. I'm not exactly sure about quantity. I will leave some pelicans up there. I'm not exactly sure how many there are or what the designs are like, but I know this is the most commonly seen one. So let's get started with the clothing test. Pelicans, you never fail to amaze me. So, wow, I am impressed. But yeah, this rose could fit on here, but sadly, there's just nothing at the end here to lock on, really. So sadly, it doesn't quite fit. But hey, this one actually has a pretty thin neck up there, and there's actually like room for like collars and such. So hey, what do you know? And the skirt situation is actually pretty similar to the cockatoo, so this was actually kind of a success. Again, no, it's not the best. Cockatoos might be better. They might just look cuter in them, but still super cute. Next one we got is the squirrel. And I probably should have looked up like the quantities of these before I filmed this, but yeah, I do not know the quantity of this one either, or how many there are, but I do know there are a lot actually, and I think they're all really, really, really pretty actually. Speaking of nice design, I mean, look at this one. It's really nice. It's black and white. It's like a little skunk, except the blue eyes just pop so much on this one. Okay, this isn't a favorite LPS video, Allison. You're gonna have to wait for your package to come. Come on. Sorry, I had to give myself a little pep talk there. Anyways, yeah, these ones are really cute, and I think they're really fun to play with. It's just that, obviously, their tail is really heavy, so when you walk them, like, their tail kind of sags. But I think that kind of makes it more fun to play with, but I can see why it's kind of bothersome. Obviously, with the tail in the way, you'd think that, you know, the clothes don't really fit well in this one. Well, you stay incorrected. I used a squirrel in a series for a very long time, in a series called LPS Abnormal Pain, now canceled, will be rebooted in the future. But yeah, I have experience with putting clothes on it, and it works like a dang charm. Come on, you cannot look at me with a straight face telling me this does not look like a queen. So yeah, despite how small the ears are, the bows actually fit on them like a charm. Collars also do fit, but because of the arms, it kind of gets pushed back a bit. Also, the skirt does kind of look fat on it because, again, the arms are kind of in the way, but you know what? She still looks like a queen. Next one we got, third to last, I promise this will be over soon, we got a sheep. So these little guys are so cute and have the most innocent little faces, so adorable and gentle and soft. Not really, it's rock hard. But you know what? These are actually really fun to play with just because of all the curls and all the creases and all the texture. It's really detailed, it's really nice, and I keep tipping it over. But yeah, these sheep are actually really cute. They already got like a little bow in them, which is really nice. Now, granted, the sheep do have like really plain designs, but they are kind of nice. They are kind of refreshing. They're nice. They're soft. They're innocent. But yeah, so pretty plain, and I'm pretty sure there's not that many sheep. I would also assume the clothing test doesn't go too well on these guys because of all the creases, but collies and cocker spaniels aren't really innocent either, to be honest. But hey, maybe it'll prove me wrong because, I mean, the cockatoo and the pelican went extremely well. Guess we'll just have to find out and prove me wrong. So yeah, she does look kind of decent actually. She looks kind of cute, and the cowbell is so suitable for her. Seriously, oh my god. So she actually looks super innocent, super cute. I really like this actually. Again, not the best for clothing, but still fits pretty well. Next one we got is actually a monkey. Yes, I'm just as surprised as you are. But yeah, surprisingly, the monkeys are actually kind of fun to play with. Got nice little hair up here. Every LPS needs a nice hairdo. It's got a simple structure on all fours and a little smile, so cute. Now it is time for the clothing test, and based on my experiences, these are actually pretty decent for clothing, just besides headwear. So let's find out. So this is majorly stressing me out, so I'm going to take the tiara off, but I figured I would show that it is just super adorable on this one. Now this necklace goes all the way around, so I had to like wrap it around the body, which was very difficult actually. It's not like these kind. But other than that, the clothing test was actually a success. She looks super cute. The skirt kind of barely fits on her. There's not too much room because of the necklace, but it's still really cute, and I just really like how this one turned out. And finally, we have the butterfly. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but actually these are kind of fun to play with. Honestly, I do think they're kind of average in terms of playing with them, but I just think they look really adorable. And the wings are just always so beautiful and detailed. Look at all that, it's so cute. Now, clothing is definitely not too successful on these beans, and again, I don't enjoy playing with them too much, which is why this one is last. Their eyes also kind of look creepy like this, like what is that? But nonetheless, I still do think that it's pretty cute. Now, the thing that won me over about the butterflies is the quantity and the overall designs of them in general. Look at these darlings, they're so cute, beyond belief. And there's so many butterflies out there to collect too, including this one. And now for the dreaded clothing test, as per usual. Now again, I don't have high expectations, even though I've been getting proven wrong over and over again. Guess we'll just have to see how it goes. So, the clothes fit, but they look really weird. Like, the glasses kind of fit, but they were kind of difficult. Every time I try to, like, reposition them, they just end up falling off. And the bow definitely really looks weird on this one. The collar or cowbell, whatever you want to call it, definitely is the only thing that really looks good on this mold. This is probably the least best out of all of them. In fact, I don't even know why to include this one. I just think they look cute. Now, those are just a few molds that I personally think are very underrated. So go out there, try out some molds that you've never played with before, try out some unpopular molds because you never know, you could find your favorite LPS ever. But before we go deeper into that, I first want to show you some really nice designs on LPS in general. These are just some beautiful designs. You don't really need to pay attention to the mold, just a design, because lots of people haven't seen these before. And I think if they were like customized on one of the big fives, they would get more recognition, or if these kinds of pets got more recognition that aren't big fives, then they could get recognized as well. So these are just some really nice designs that I really like. So my favorite LPS in my collection. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comment section below. This is actually the first one, definitely one of my favorites in my whole collection. There aren't a lot of walruses, but there are two that look really pretty. This is one of them. Has so many details, and also the white outlining. This is probably one of the most detailed LPS out there. Glittery tusks. They even got grading on the tail fin. Everything about this one is amazing. And we got this one, which has a very shiny, glossy shell and the most beautiful eye color ever. It's the eye color that really steals this one for me. Next up, we got this butterfly, which might be my favorite butterfly. I'm not exactly sure, but gosh, this one is so vibrant and bright and beautiful. Reminds me of Halloween and also Galaxy for some reason. Next one we got is this horse. I've never seen someone use this one in a video, but it is so pretty, and it is also semi-rare. This one is super cute. Next up, we got a postcard monkey. This one is really adorable. Got all these swirls, so much detail. I really had to put some respect into the postcard pets because they're so detailed. Again, postcard pet. This is definitely one of the most unique LPS I've ever seen, honestly. They got little clouds, sky blue, dandelions that look like lollipops, and grass. It is so pretty, so unique. Next one is this Kmart exclusive cockatoo, and it actually came with that purple hippo and that tiger cat that I showed you earlier. This one is really pretty, and honestly, it is so unique, has so many unique designs, and I don't think I've ever seen an LPS like this ever. Next one is another cockatoo. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this one is a semi-rare or rare Blythe pet. It is so pretty and it has hot pink colors. It is so gorgeous. Next one is my favorite in my entire collection and my favorite LPS of all time, this chinchilla. Yet again, another postcard pet. This one has swirls all over it. So pretty. I just love looking at this one and then following all the swirls around the body. It is hypnotizing. Next one we got is this puzzle walrus, which is actually rare. This one is so unique and abstract. It has the hard eyes. Everything just clicks together. So perfect. So many little lashes. Second to last, we got another postcard pet and it's a squirrel. Please appreciate this amazing deep maroon red color. It's so unique, so deep, so gorgeous. The details on this one are amazing. They are just so good, so precise, so full of effort. And finally, we got this little bonbon cat. This is very plain, but it's like this really nice, unique orange. I had never seen it before until I got it for free at LPS Con. This is also a rare blindback pet, and the eyes are just so gorgeous, just glistening, so beautiful. So those are all the underrated designs I wanted to show you real quick, but trust me, there are totally a lot more out there. Now what I want you guys to take away from this video is that big fives aren't all that matter. I do not want anyone judging anyone for the LPS they have or the LPS they use in videos. I am not saying that big fives are bad. I am not saying they should not be used in videos. I am not saying that people who have them are stupid or don't care about other LPS, because I'm sure they do. I just think it is so sad how many underrated LPS there are out there and how a lot of people only like big fives because everyone else likes them. Now, there is actually a lot of bullying in this community because of it, which is really surprising. I cannot tell you how many times I had to deal with people complaining that my LPS weren't big fives or weren't rare or that they had LPS savvy and I didn't. First of all, please stop calling her savvy. Everyone is sick of it. Second, you should not be judged based on the pieces of plastic that you have in your box at home. I just think that LPS collectors should try to be a bit more diverse, should try to look out for other LPS, should find some LPS that they truly like. Don't get me wrong, I totally understand how it feels. I was the exact same way when I was starting out. I thought that all the big fives were super exclusive and super rare, but I was very, very wrong. Most of them are extremely common, and there are a lot of LPS out there that deserve so much more attention. I also think that it's unfair that people actually get judged just for the LPS that they have. Again, not judging you if you don't really want to reach out to other LPS or you want to stick to big fives, that's fine. This is just to those of you who have been really influenced by the public and only like big fives because other people do. It's mainly the influence the community has on a lot of young impressionable kids that causes this controversy. Do your research, talk to some elite collectors, heck, even contact Hasbro if you want to. But please do your research before saying that $70 is a good price for this when it's not. And just a side note, please stop saying things like that in your videos. It gives people the impression that those are like country exclusives or something. $70 should only be for the really, really rare exclusive pets, not for just a regular dachshund. That dachshund is probably only worth about $5, maybe $10 because of the high demand. Do your research on pets, figure out which are rare and which are not. Don't take everyone's word for it. Do your actual research, maybe even contact Hasbro about it. And please remember to look up all kinds of LPS, even if other people don't like them or don't use them. Warning, this is about to become super cliche, but just be yourself. Please, find some LPS that you like. You don't have to follow the community just because of what they like. It's fine if someone really likes short hair cats and you decide to try them out and you really like them too, but if you only like them because they do and you don't actually really like the short hairs, you want to collect like birds or something, but everyone judges you for it, that's not a good thing to do. People should not be judging each other for the LPS that they have or use in their videos, and people should not be saying, why do you collect ugly LPS, or why don't you have LPS savvy? Like, it's not a right thing to do. Honestly, it's kind of dumb to judge someone just because they don't want to spend $50 on the LPS. That's not being dumb or not having rare LPS, that's making wise decisions with your money. So go out there, make wise decisions with your money, buy some random lots and see what molds you like best. Sure, I grew up as an LPS collector wanting all the big fives and thinking they're super exclusive. But because of the prices, I was forced to collect other LPS, but I'm kind of grateful for that because now I found some pets that I really, really enjoy, and now I have that mindset that it doesn't really matter. Some big fives really are not all that rare. And $70 is not good for Lola's Pet Shop. It is not a decent price for a normal Cocker Spaniel or a normal Dachshund who are really worth $5 to $10, so please stop saying that, people. So go out, watch some haul videos, go to LPS Con, I don't really care what you do. But honestly, I hope you'll take my advice and find some LPS that you actually really enjoy and you don't only like them because other people do. Don't change yourself for others and try to discover some new things out there. It can be really refreshing and it can also be really easy to collect them because people don't want them. So yeah, there are definitely some pros. I just bought a French exclusive horse online for $16, for example, because they probably didn't know that it was rare or they probably didn't know it was country exclusive. Yeah, there is a French exclusive horse. I'll go over that in another video once I get it. See, it's good to spread awareness about LPS, but I guess right now, while we can, we should enjoy the cheap prices that come with really rare LPS that people don't want. Yeah! So yeah, there are definitely pros and cons to the situation, but overall I think we should like what we want to like. While I do agree it is kind of getting tiring just seeing big fives in videos, it's okay if you only like those. Try to adventure, try to explore, try to experiment, buy different LPS. Because you could find some that you seriously adore out there that you didn't even know existed. Well, this is a super long video, and I'm gonna go now. Thanks for joining me, and do expect more rants and discussion videos like this one. My hands are really sweaty. I should probably wash this LPS just because I've been sweating for the past hour making this video. Oh, also, I was working on it yesterday too. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go. Goodbye, everybody.